So we are here for This Week in Mini Apps. Every week we go over different Farcaster mini apps in the ecosystem. Um, Today we have Jake as our guest, and Jake has been an amazing builder in the Farcaster ecosystem, both with QR and Kondo. Oh, perfect! The perfect
Horse
timing.
facts.
It's just introducing Jake, so perfect timing. Um, yeah, so Jake's here today. Horseback's here as well. So maybe Jake, if you want to share a bit more about yourself and what you've been building.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the intro, and thank you both for having me. I have been on Farcaster for about 3 years now, I think. FID 1020, and
Nice.
at the time I was working for Bology, it was interesting because we were working on network state type stuff, and I thought Farcaster, even in like the very earliest days, to me was one of the most apparent candidates to potentially develop into a network state type thing. I think for me, it seems better odds than not that if and when a network state does arise, it will be like more so emergent than planned. I could be totally wrong about that, but that's sort of my intuition. And Farcaster obviously has no inclination towards becoming a network state, didn't then and doesn't now, but it's a very tight knit community with a lot of like well off crypto people that are interested in state type stuff, and can sort of coordinate actions and various things. It just seems very. It has like sort of all the pieces. If you look at like Bology's definition of a network state, it sort of has all those pieces already. So anyway, that was kind of interesting and early days of Farcaster for me. Fast forward, started building things sort of with my primary audience being the Farcaster community. Maybe like a little over a year ago, actually with Base Colors, which is an NFT collection for every color on the internet. One of one NFT for every color that has a hex code. So there's like 16 million colors or so. I think NFTs should be sort of different on Base and with like new L2s and cheap blockchains than they were on Ethereum, where it made sense to have like a 10,000 and 10,000 PFP collection. You wouldn't want to have cheap NFTs when gas costs were like $40 or whatever, but when gas costs are trivial, I think it makes sense to have a large supply, low cost collection. And I think Base Colors is to me the most interesting, like sort of fundamental NFT collection possible. So I'm hoping that'll just sort of like be attached to my brand for a long time. It just happens that I've been using a color PFP for a long time as well, so it sort of works. And then 6 months ago, launched QR Coin via Clanker, and just did that in the feed when I had like sort of the first seed for this idea that meme coins tend to fail in my view because attention is fleeting. And so even if you can sort of attract a lot of attention for a short period of time, it'll move on to the next thing. And so I thought that fundamentally you need sort of the meme coin itself to be something that can dynamically reroute attention to something new, with some regularity. And sort of thought of like nouns being like sort of the daily auction from crypto. And that was what came to mind for me as sort of being the mechanism by which you could switch what the attention is going to every day through a daily auction. And so I didn't actually plan on really working on it, to be honest. I had like this idea and like clanked the QR coin, but I've done like, I don't know, 7, 10, 12 clankers, and mostly I don't end up doing anything with them. And so it's kind of just like to bookmark the seed of an idea in case I wanted to do something with it later. And something like sort of prompted me within the next few weeks, and someone volunteered to help build the V1 like auction site. And so one thing just sort of led to another. We ended up launching QRcoin.fun like 3 or 4 weeks after I made the token, which was at like below 40,000 market cap for like those full 3 weeks, which is pretty cool, I think, for like sort of a origin story for a token. It's like fair launch is like a technical term, right? But like a lot of fair launches are like heavily sniped, or people know that it's coming, so they're able to like be ready with their wallet to like buy it quickly. But like this is actually like anyone could have gone on it for a long time. So I think that's pretty cool. And then so the product's going well. We've got the mini app, we've got the website, and yeah. Lastly, you mentioned recently just launched Kondo a little less than 4 days ago, and that is a super simple mini app, just something that I like really have wanted for longer than it's been possible on Farcaster. Uh, and it was basically 3 weeks ago, I think, that V, or maybe 4 weeks ago now, that V casted out that you could do like batch transactions on Farcaster. And I have a tweet from like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago that was like, I desperately want to be able to take this long tail of tokens in my wallet and swap them in a batch for something that I actually want. And so the timing just sort of worked out, and worked with a developer on Farcaster. I've all three of these actually. I think the base colors developer is Avinash Nayak on Farcaster, and I definitely found him via Bountycaster. Shout out Linda and Daniel, who's not here right now, but also on the Farcaster team now. And then the Scoho.eth is the developer for QR Coin, who I also found on through Bountycaster, actually for a base colors related mini app was the first work that I did with him. And then I'm not sure if it was through Bountycaster, but it was definitely like sort of a bounty like prompt that I put up for finding the developer who's now working on Kondo, which is SEC Gov. I have to ask him why that's his handle. It's kind of scary, but he's SEC Gov on Farcaster. All three great guys, great builders. And so, yeah, we launched Kondo. It's super useful. Like every time I use it, I'm just like, this is just so useful. Like QR is like useful. Like you can discover new things in crypto, and if you're launching something, you can use it to drive attention to your project. It's definitely useful, but it's not like the first word that comes to mind for me. It's like more so like kind of interesting, and there's like some other words that come to mind. Base colors, I wouldn't really say is like useful as much as it's just sort of like interesting and fun. But Kondo is just like strictly useful. It's just like you have all these tokens in your wallet that you don't care about, and you can swap them for like kind of real money that you can hold in USDC or ETH or any number of meme coins that you want or whatever. So that's been fun, and it's a challenge for me to sort of level myself up, trying to grow multiple things at once. It's only been a few days for Kondo, so I think you sort of need something to work for longer than that to have any idea that you're going to be working on it for longer. It's sort of like the Lindy effect. Like you've been working on it for 3 days. The most accurate you could predict to be working on it longer would be like another few days. I think at least a couple weeks more for Kondo, but hopefully a lot longer than that. So we'll see. But yeah, having a ton of fun building both of those, and just doing it on Farcaster. Like I love Farcaster. I don't particularly love X anymore. That's not like an Elon jab or anything. It's just like honestly like the shift to like Twitter used to just be like text for mostly, I feel like, and I like more of a text based feed. I know Farcaster's also trying to do more video and stuff, but I just kind of like text. I don't really like the short form video as much. So, I love Farcaster. The community is amazing. Met a lot of great friends. And, yeah, it's just great to sort of build Farcaster first. So anyway, a little bit of a long-winded intro, but I kind of asked for it. So that's that. And, yeah, happy to get into whatever you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome if you can screen share and show off the products. I'll just say that like QR is one of the products that I share a lot with mini app builders when they say like, hey, how can I get more amplification on what I'm building? And then Kondo I've already used several times, and I've probably swapped like 30 different tokens through it, and made a couple $100. And so, yeah, I think that it's, I find them both incredibly useful products. So thanks for building them.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. So yeah, this would be QR. Do you want me to just like kind of walk through a little, or?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So basically this is what it's going to look like if you're a user. If you're not a user, actually, your welcome to the app is going to be a pop-up similar to this that just offers you a little bit of QR as like a thank you for adding the mini app, which unsurprisingly is sort of helpful for getting people to add a mini app if you give them a little bit of the token when you start. But for a normal user who's already involved, first time you open the app every day, you're going to see the winner of today's auction, which today was this mini app called Hash Horse. You can bet on like sort of horse race simulations in a Farcaster mini app. It's actually pretty cool and fun. And so I click this button, and it redirects me. Since we're on web, it'll do like a new tab, which is actually nice. And here I am in like the Hash Horse mini app, so I can check that out. And if you are not really interested on first glance, you can just go back. But if you're interested, you explore around and go bet on a race here. I'm not sure if I actually like got a horse there, but I think it might be like a little bit buggy or something right now. But I'm supposed to be able to pick a horse. I've done it before, and then you watch the race, and you win or you lose. But anyway, I navigate back to the QR mini app, and there's my ability to claim because I checked out today's winner. So I click claim. That claim amount I might get pretty deep by accident here, but like this claim amount is dynamic, where it'll be larger amounts of QR for higher quality users, according to a combination of their spam label. So like spam label 0 is like marked, as you guys know, as spam by Farcaster. We pay them like next to nothing, because they're like very likely to be spam. Spam 2, it then depends on what's their NANR score. So they'll get like some minimum for just being unlikely to be a spammy user, but then they can get more if they have a higher NANR score. And so anyway, I claimed that and can get out of there. It's actually a very quick process. I just talked kind of through it, but it can be like a few seconds if you're not interested that day. And if you are, then you spend as much time on the link as you want. And yeah, to your point, Linda, first of all, thanks for telling people to bid the QR to drive attention to their launches. But it has been quite useful for, mini app links in particular, where we've seen a lot of people win the QR and then their mini app is trending the next day or whatever. And so, yeah, this is basically the mini app here. The core part that you're looking at here is our daily auction. So here it is, same QR, new website every day. If you win the auction, you get to choose, what link it points to, the QR does. And so you can actually scan this if you want, and it'll actually go to the Hashhorse mini app on your Farcaster app on your phone. But we're also practical, and the QR is more an ambition than like sort of a immediate thing in terms of like the scanning. Primarily, we're driving attention through clicks because it's digital. Digital to digital is just like clicks and links and buttons are better. But long term, we could potentially sort of build a physical world distribution of these QR codes where people scan them and we're driving like meaningful traffic through like, billboards and magazines and stickers, whatever. Speaking of stickers, actually, we do have this like sort of V0 to show what this could look like one day. And it actually is its own mini app as well as a website. And so you can see here, you can click into like, wow, someone's actually been going crazy, and I actually haven't looked at it in a little while, but someone's like putting these QR stickers up in Lisbon, I guess, and you can see there, and like it's actually a picture that they've uploaded, and if they want, they can connect their wallet to be like sort of attached to that picture. This is super cool. I actually hadn't seen any of this, so you're getting a genuine reaction here. But also there's, what I had seen was like, what's his name? CryptFi Mariano, I think, sort of went on this little tour in Africa, putting a bunch of them up, which is cool. So long term, like, this map on there, you can see like their ETH address, and that'll show their Farcaster ID. If it's a Farcaster connected wallet, this one must have been uploaded through the QR map website rather than the mini app. But like long term, this would be kind of cool if you could show the winner every day. We've got like a bazillion stickers, and here's the map of where they all are, and like you can go see one and scan one, go to your site. But that's not really a thing as of now. And so here you can see, this is where you would bid to win our daily auction. Here's the list of bids for today. Kind of lame so far, but usually sort of picks up towards the end. And the feature for today's winner is sort of down below because it sort of supersedes the whole experience with that pop-up. But just in case you want to like check it out again later, you can go down here. And yeah, so basically you bid in USDC, you enter the website that you want to drive attention to. And then if you win, you get on you get the pop-up for the day, and then you get on our winners list and everything. And the winners list, incidentally, I think is like a fantastic list to, airdrop, for people to airdrop to. So like, obviously in crypto, the only value that we're sort of promising is like, we're going to drive a bunch of attention to your link for a day. But in crypto, like you can find yourself getting rewarded for all sorts of things that you didn't expect would sort of be rewarded. And already we have had a few people airdrop small amounts of money to, our winners list. And basically these are just like great builders in crypto. You recognize like, here's Patrick who built Megapot. This person works at Coinbase developer platform. Chomu did the Clip.fun and some other stuff. My crypto dev is over at Base. Like a lot of really good. Rhinotic is like a prolific builder. The Cryptos is the best crypto comic creator in the world in my view. And so there's like a bunch of cool people basically. And I think that's like a decent overview. The only other thing worth mentioning maybe is like you can now join a bid. So if I want I don't usually bid on our auction because it kind of feels like I shouldn't be doing that, but just to demonstrate, I guess I could do a full bid as well. So I could basically do like 1111 here for Farcaster.xyz, and
There we go. I'll join yours.
yeah, there we go. So yeah, maybe we could see what it looks like on my screen for you to join, or
I found it.
but it's like very easy. This actually was shipped today, this share button. So I can click this. Let me try this actually. Is there a chat in our, I don't know if there's a chat in our thing, but if I go on Farcaster and I don't, it's honestly easier than finding you in DM just to cast at you. So I'm just going to say, horse facts. Here's the join bid link. And so you can actually click that, and it's a little risky because we just shipped it today. I'm not positive that, oh, you already added, so I guess you don't need to use that. But basically you should be able to click that, and it would actually open you up directly to like as if you had clicked to join my bid with the cursor. So like it's sort of a shortcut
Oh, cool.
to get there. But yeah, people can see here like group bidding is now enabled. So I started the bid, but let's say if, I mean, in this case, I did bid for Farcaster. Obviously, there's a lot of people who are, want Farcaster to get more attention and grow and everything. Or you can imagine a token is here and there's a bunch of holders or whatever. So you can just join on a bid. You don't have to start it. And then all of these people, so let's say, this top bid wins for $170. This guy gets all his money back from his 42.69 bid. I get my money back. You get your money back. Skoho gets his money back. So it's kind of like some people have been bidding under the winning bid, basically with the assumption like, we'll get some attention just by being on the bid board. We won't get the big attention from winning, but it's free. So why not? So that's sort of the gist. I'll stop there for now.
There are attention games within attention games within attention games. It's cool.
Yeah, there's levels to this, basically.
Yeah, it's super cool because I've had people say like, oh, we like did like a little crowdfund to bid on our QR link, or like we collectively like bid it. So it's like it's neat that like communities are like working together to try to get attention through QR. So I just love so many of the mechanics you guys have here.
I appreciate it, yeah. I'm looking up his name. It's Zenny, I forget if it's just, yeah, Zenny.eth from Stream actually like went through this like insane effort to like build, let's see if I can, they like built crowdfunding into their mini app for the purpose of bidding on the QR. And I think that's this now. So they made it general purpose after the fact, but like they built this whole thing to like crowdfund from the Stream community, and they raised like over $1,000. They ended up bidding 1,000 to win the QR one day. And now they have basically this general purpose crowdfund like growth initiatives, as you see here, which is kind of cool. And so that was like, we were already planning the group bidding and bidding and building the group bidding at that point. But that was a nice sort of added conviction, like this guy's going to this crazy effort to, make this happen. And we definitely should just make it, easy through the app. So
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Can you just directly interact with the auction contract too? Like if you wanted to build your own mini app that integrates at a lower level
yeah,
to bid or interact?
yeah,
Awesome.
you totally can.
Yeah, also fun fact, QR/Jake, you kind of broke our dev dashboard because there were so many opens of QR. So
Nice.
yeah, you guys were one of the most opened mini apps. Neat. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I also didn't know about the like QR map side of things. I had no idea. So are people like because you said it's not really live yet, like, or I guess like
It's live. We're just not going to prioritize the physical stuff,
okay.
like basically it's like URL versus IRL, and we're just going to be 100% focused on URL because we can grow faster, cheaper, and easier on just doing things digitally. The physical stuff, it's just harder. So ideally we would expand, capture all of Farcaster, all of Base, all of crypto, like all of our, it's been a lot of base bidders, and a lot of our attention is people who are on base, but there's plenty of people on Farcaster, as you guys know, who are also doing things on Solana or wherever else. Those people are obviously part of the attention that we're driving. And then on the bidder side, I don't know, like where, how quickly I can find one or whatever. But yeah, this collection was a collection actually on Abstract that a winner recently pointed to, drive attention to this Abstract NFT collection. And then I don't know how quickly I can find it. There's actually a Solana coin that's, what's it called? Oh yeah, this one. So like a non-coin was another one. Chomu bid to drive attention. I guess they changed their Twitter, but that's weird. But at the time, I think this isn't their Twitter because we drove like hundreds of followers to them on its own. So they must have renamed that one to this one or whatever. But basically, project on Solana. Chomu bid to drive attention to it because he's like friends with the founder on, I guess like the day that it launched it was. And I personally bought it under like $100,000 market cap because it looked interesting and it's, they won the QR. I'm inclined to engage or whatever. And it's now like, oh, don't look at my failed coin. Now it's like 11 million plus. So
Wow.
like I literally bought it like here, just from like following the QR. So what I try to tell people is like, it's the QR. I think, you can just claim to just get the claim every day. I don't think too many people are doing that because it's like not that much money. But ideally, you discover new and interesting things, and once in a while, those things have tokens. And like you might, like Noise was another one that was bidding on our QR 2 days before they even launched. And so if you like they bid to drive attention to their Farcaster profile, their Twitter, and if you just like set notifications, you would have seen the token right when it launched and could have got in, right away on Noise. So it's like we call it the on-chain attention machine. It's also kind of like an on-chain alpha machine, but yeah, totally like it's built on Base, the token's on Base, but the winners and the attention is I think crypto agnostic. So it's sort of coming back up the stack. First sort of win Farcaster, then win Base, then win all of crypto. And then maybe at that point, it's like, okay, now we can start to go like sort of IRL, but that's like a long ways in the future. Who knows if we'll even get there.
Super cool.
It's cool.
You want to? Oh,
I was just gonna say, I love the group bidding mechanic. It's really fun. And just these bidding mechanics in general. Like it's been awesome. We've gone through this with collectibles a bit too, right? Where we built an ascending auction contract and kind of a fun bidding experience. And it's just fun to do, right? Like to have this experience where you have a daily or periodic competition, friendly competition with others to win a thing and kind of back and forth bidding with your friends. And I think the group aspect is really cool here too, where you can join forces. So I think group, multiplayer is really underexplored in mini apps, and hopefully that's a new frontier we see people start building on. And this is one of the early and first use cases of mini app multiplayer.
Yeah, thank you. It was actually my wife's idea. I should give her credit. I launched the app, and she was like, "You should let people like support each other's bids." And I was like, "Holy crap! Like that's like perfect for token like communities. Like it's it's good for like it's interesting in a lot of types of auctions, but particularly like tokens. Think about like Debt Relief Bot, which like MJ Lee or what is it, M Lee Jr. is pushing pretty hard, but like it's not even his project. Like he's just one of the louder voices about it, but like he should be able to like tweet that out and like get the whole community behind the bid. So it's only been out for I don't know, like 10 days or something, the group bidding dynamic, but definitely so far so good. Like if you look at the winners, we had winning bids. This was the day we launched the 3000. So like before that it was like 5 days around like 4, 5, 600, and then like immediately people get excited about the new feature or whatever, but like 3000, 1000, this one was actually the higher community getting together, so there's 19 people like contributing to that bid. Look at all these higher coded individuals. And then it's just been doing like fairly well. It's a little bit down recent days, but crypto is kind of getting killed until today. So yeah, it's been good.
she's good. Yeah, she should share more ideas with everybody else if she has any.
Yeah, I'll see if she has any ideas on how to grow Farcaster.
Exactly. Cool. You want to show us Kondo?
Sure. So this one hopefully is simpler and I can communicate more efficiently. But batch swap tokens to clean up your wallet. Pretty simple. Guess I just doxed my wallet, but is what it is. So actually, I'll start at the top here. So if I click select 10, this is sort of the most common path. I really hope this works. It'll auto scroll you down to your bottom 10 tokens because I figure, we could do like the default would be like select top, but and we actually offer now you can change this. So if I want to do select top 10 under $1, then I can like clear and do this and it'll do like that, which is really nice. And I figured it was best to like, this is all like 24, 48 hours. I mean, the app only launched 4 days ago, but specifically select 10 wasn't there at launch. And then this wasn't there like 24 hours ago, the settings. But we're trying to basically come up with, within the constraint of being able to select a maximum of 10, what's the best way to let people do that quickly and get the ones that they want? Because if you just select your top 10, I don't want to sell any of these, like really ever. I mean, if I do, I don't want to like batch swap them. I'll just sell them individually. But select the bottom or select, under a certain amount is great. And so I just selected 10 under $1, swap for USDC. Really hope this works. It's a little buggy. It's just genuinely hard to do batch swaps, basically. But we're trying to make it better. So you saw it was approving. It's quoting 10 tokens. Processing.
I know it's like also harder with some of the long tail tokens with like the routes. So, this is great.
Yeah. So it just swapped 9. You can see it in the base scan. And then I'm curious to see, there's one that dropped out because you recall I picked 10. It swapped 9. So what happened to the last one? Not enough liquidity.
Yeah.
Do you want to send this token to onchaintrash.eth to help clean up your wallet? So we have this trash can of like the worst tokens imaginable that is just collecting dust. And I put this here because just in case something comes up, we just launched, it's pretty quick. So in case something comes up that a user doesn't want to send, I wanted to make this like very like, you should not just like, because if you just have a button here, people will just click it and they won't even know what they did. So I wanted the check mark to make sure like people know that there's no value that they're getting here and it's strictly to like clean up their wallet. Click send. Wow, we got really lucky here. That was pretty smooth, but it's been
great.
a rough couple days. So I'm gonna so basically, and you can just keep doing that, right? So swap another. Oh, and I can pick instead of USDC, I want to do QR. This was a little bit of favoritism. We offer like.
It's all right. You built it.
Yeah, we do 4 default. I mean, I could default the whole thing to QR. I did USDC, but yeah, we do these four defaults. So QR's up with the big boys of the US dollar, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. But then if I want to add, let's say I'm who should I choose here? I'm Dish. I want to swap to Clanker. I add that there. And now I can just like choose Clanker every time. I'm one of the noise guys. I can go and I can choose noise every time. So in this case, I'll do QR. And honestly, I don't even want to show another one because that one worked so well. So let's just move on and wrap it up. So it's like very useful. As you can see, there's nothing fancy. We're transparent about the fees. The 0x is what we use to like power the swapping. We take a 3% fee. This is not a very lucrative business so far because people are swapping the long tails. And so like we spend more paying Zapper to like load your wallet in here than like we're getting on swaps a lot of the time. So we've had, let's see. Oh, I'm not logged in, so I don't know if I want to do that, but we've had like on the order of 10,000 swaps. That's like not 10,000 batches, but like 10,000 individual swaps. And the value from them is only like, I could be getting these numbers wrong, but it's like on the order of like 70% as much value as there are swaps. So if it's like 10,000 swaps, it's like 7,000 in total volume, which is like kind of crazy considering one transaction could be done for $7,000. But it's really useful. I really like it. People seem to really like it. And I just want to make it better for myself. And if I do that, I think other people will enjoy it as well. and we'll see how much we have to build. Maybe if we get to a certain point, I feel good about it and can just kind of leave it. But I think it's hard to have a successful launch, and it's even harder to like sort of maintain attention and momentum afterwards. And so, if I'm ever lucky enough to have a successful launch, it generally motivates me to try to keep that momentum after the fact and ship features and drive attention. And I think if you can survive a week of attention in crypto, that's pretty good. If you can survive a month, that's very good. And if you can survive like QR now, it's been 6 months. If you can get to a year, like you can sort of become a fixture in crypto after, like Farcaster. I mean, what, 3 years old? Like, I don't think anyone thinks like Farcaster is going to disappear overnight. Like 3 years is pretty lindy in crypto. I mean, Ethereum is only however many years old. So like all of this is new. And if you can just survive 6 months, a year, whatever, it's like a pretty good accomplishment in crypto. So anytime you sort of have a launch that gives you the opportunity to do that, I try to take advantage.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I also just really like how much thought you put into like improving the user experience and just making it easy, like the select 10 and having it be the longer tail. Like I really like that feature. So I feel like it just shows how it's very clear you're like using the product and like are listening to users. So yeah, really nice touches.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really am like very biased towards building things that are very simple because it affords you the opportunity to focus on every detail. You just can't do that with like, I mean, even like Farcaster, like there's so much going on. Like you can try, but it's just over to me. Like it's overwhelming to try to get everything right in that situation. But like, look, there's like nothing going on here, right? There's like a title, a clear button, a select button, information, zero selected, you're doing this, you're going through the swap, there's only so many outcomes that are possible. So you can actually like think about every single thing and try to get like every single thing right. And that's the type of like products that I like to work on, just because otherwise I would just be, I don't think I have the, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. Like, it'd be too frustrating for me. I like couldn't. I get stuck. I would get stuck in meaningless details. And so, in order to not do that, I need it to be so simple that like every detail counts. Because then I can like a little more justifiably get involved with them. Still, you should like definitely ignore some, and for the sake of like actually moving the needle. But it's just sort of like better for me as a builder, I feel like. And similarly, like with the way all these products have come to be, as I mentioned, like working with one developer who I've met on Farcaster, I think, the traditional way to go about building a startup is like go raise money and build a team or whatever. And I could like do that because that's what other people do and seems like it probably is like the right thing to do. But I've more organically come into this style of building where I just pair with a developer and get to work. And I'm sort of fortunate to be in a position where I can, sustain myself for some period of time. And like, QR makes money, Base Colors made money. Like, that's it. Also, sort of doing that, gives me a bias for building something profitable, which I think is generally good. It might sort of limit me from going after maybe bigger opportunities that take a long time to burn before you make money. But I don't know. There's a lot of businesses out there burning money. I don't think having like a bias for building something profitable early like is bad. And I'm just figuring things out as I go. So that's, a little bit of a tangent from the detail comment, but I do appreciate it. And I am like, I try to be very deliberate about these things.
Yeah, this is a great one in terms of mini app design. If folks are looking for inspiration, like look how big that button is. It tells you exactly what you're doing. The sort of stepped workflows where it walks you through step by step. The big touch targets. This is how all mini apps should be. And we are always reminding people like 85% of mini app users are in mobile. That's kind of designing around that use case first and making it as simple, as straightforward, as clear to get to the one action that you want people to take as possible is a great way to build these. So simple is always a good idea.
And you guys can see me here skipping over Phil's creator coin. I'm going to keep that there. It's not too much value. I do want to hold on to that. That could be worth a lot one day. Everything else here is good to sell.
There you go.
But yeah, the touch target definitely actually came from Farcaster. Like someone, maybe multiple people from the team have always commented on like big touch targets. I remember the crowdfunding mini app has like a big touch target, and I was like, all right, we got a simple app here, one action. I'm going to make a big button at the bottom. I think the developer was even like, you don't want to make it like same as Farcasters, which is like might show here, yeah, like slightly smaller. And I was like, no, let's go big. So
Yeah,
got
there you
that
go.
nice big button at the bottom.
In terms of the technical side, this is just using 0x under the hood, right? And it's like not a custom smart contract. You're just approving the 0x. It looks like you're just approving the 0x allowance holder and then doing the swap. Is that right? So
Yep.
cool.
You won't hear me go on long tangents about the technical stuff because I don't know what I'm talking
That's
about.
fine.
But I know we're using 0x under the hood. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Well, I appreciate you showing us. I think we had like a couple more mini apps we wanted to show. Horsefax, I know you had Nanar.
Yeah, let's see. Can I
Does Nanar have a mini app now?
screen share here?
Is it this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see like people were tagging Nanar in the feed a ton, like yesterday?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. We can talk about that as part of this. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nanar AI. So this has been out for a little while. Yeah, I think Rich announced this a couple of weeks back, but they've been working on this. I know Grin in particular has been working hard on this project. But Nanar AI is a kind of Grok-like AI bot. It's both an agent in the feed and it has a little mini app.
Oh wait, can Horsefax, can you take over screen sharing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was
How do
feeling a
I
little
do that?
pressure to drive there. So
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
was like, why is it saying okay, I'm confused. Okay.
Do I? Maybe I need to shut mine down. Let me
I think
see.
you can stop it, yeah.
Stop.
There we go.
There we go. You got me?
Yeah.
All right, let's try again. Yeah, so here it is, Nanar AI. So folks at Nanar announced this a few weeks back, but it's an agent in feed. It's kind of like a Grok-like agent bot for Farcaster, and it's getting really good. It's been out for a bit, and maybe you've seen people interacting with it. But it's awesome. Yeah. So and I know, yeah. So Grin has been working on this. They've been kind of building in MCP and a lot of tools for parsing and accessing Farcaster data and kind of giving it better and better context about what's actually happening on the network. So you get kind of the private terminal agent-based experience. I think folks have seen this pattern before, where you have the mini app for chat with a bot, but also it kind of exists out in the feed and you can reply and ask it questions and things. So yeah, has some pre-filled here, so you can ask something like, what's going on Farcaster today? And it will give you a summary of recent posts and activity. Let's see what it comes up with. Knowledge on chain and gas sharding, influence protocol. Ah, look at that, QR auction.
There we
Tip-in
go.
pools. But yeah, really great. Links you out to sources for each of these. You can go um, see links to each of these if you want to dig in deeper.
You mentioned like tags in the feed. Is this when you type a prompt? Is it also going somewhere in the feed, or that's like a separate thing?
I think this is
Or
just a private
okay,
chat,
okay, and it's
but you can
separately you can
interact in feed like tag the bot,
got it.
and it will reply to you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we can also ask like it's great for context, right? There's a lot going on Farcaster a lot of the time, right? Technically, socially, crypto is big and complex, and so I think it's great for just asking. You see something in feed, what's going on with this thing in this project, right? So like, tell me about let's hack a user, Jake and QR. What's the deal with that project?
It's pretty cool. I like when like this is like a kind of a non-obvious expansion for Nanar to me. Like it kind of becomes obvious in retrospect because they like have all the data, but I just like seeing companies do like take a really sort of tangential bet, basically.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, this is pretty good. Look, here it tags you. Jake's the creator behind QR Coin.fun on Farcaster, the on-chain attention machine, blends social gaming, tipping, and token rewards. And yeah, what I love is that it has this very rich context, right? So it links out to the token, links out to your profile, links out to recent casts. So if you want that, want to dig deeper and want more context, it's really good at sharing that. Um,
It's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's
so
great for if you're a new user to Farcaster and you're just like want to start understanding things more because I know that people get really overwhelmed. So I love this.
Yeah, let's try that too. How do I find my favorite mini apps? Something like that. So yeah, I've noticed, I've just noticed the quality and the context and the set of tools that this has available has really been taking off recently as they've been investing more time and effort into this, and it's getting really good. So yeah, check this out. And then the other thing you can do is you can tag it. Let me see if I can um, find one of these recently.
That would have been embarrassing if I had tagged it and had no idea what we were talking
Yeah, here we go. So here's some examples of the bot. But yeah, you can tag it just Grok style. Grok, is this true? Nanar, is this true? Under some post, and it will give you a reply in feed with some context. So yeah, I asked it yesterday to imagine itself as an anime avatar, and it gave us a description of what it thinks it looks like and all that. So
Nice.
yeah, anyways, check it out. Nanar AI, now available in feed and as a mini app.
about. That's awesome.
Over to you, Linda.
Super cool. Okay, so I had a couple. Share screen. Okay, so I had so co-build just launched today by Rocketman, and it's another spin on. Oh wait, why is it not working? It was just reloading. Let's see. Okay, cool.
There.
It's another spin on anytime you're engaging with someone. So instead of tipping tokens of your own choice to someone when you interact with them, you actually buy someone's coin automatically when you like, comment, or follow. And then you can earn when others are buying yours. So I thought that was like so creative. And you can get started, so you can choose your coin. So you can enter like, okay, when people are interacting with you, what tokens are they buying? So you could put like your personal or project coins. You could put like QR or something here.
It's
Um,
interesting. Sorry to interrupt, but like when I was, I saw this app earlier and was like playing around with it. It actually preloaded my creator coin from Zora in that thing. I'm not sure if there's like a different flow or something, but I thought
oh
that
no
was like
way.
pretty cool because everyone's gonna have creator coins, right? Or like a lot of people already
Yeah.
do or whatever. So that was nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I don't have one, so that's why I didn't populate. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's super cool. I didn't even know that. Yeah, and so then you can set your allowance to spend. So I just thought the whole thing was really neat. I haven't even gone through this flow because this just came out. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, so you can configure anytime you're doing an interaction, and then I can hit start building. Um, Whoa, that's really neat. And so you can see there's like leaderboards, and you'll be able to see over time like who is purchasing your coins. Um, yeah, so I really love that take on it. I think it's very smart, and I'm sure a lot of people will be using this.
It's good
Yeah.
for good for Kondo too. It's gonna make people have even more tokens in there. Well, it's every time you like something, you buy something.
Good point. It's good for QR too, probably. So,
Yeah, that's good.
um,
I commented, I said, I tweeted about the, or casted about this earlier, this mini app, because I saw it. I think Jacob had posted about it because the Zora coins, and
mhm.
I like quote casted or something, and I said like, it's honestly pretty rare these days. Like I discover something early that's not from a bid on the QR, but once in a while, still find something. So this was not QR related, but then the founder was asking about QR, so maybe he'll bid at some point.
Nice. Yeah, and then the other one is Reply that I think's cool. Um, this is very, I mean, like speaking of Balaji, this is very like Balaji Earn.com esque.
Yeah.
Um, and so you can basically set an amount for someone to send you a message. So I actually just set mine up today, and then Horsefax is very expensive to reach.
It's
Wow.
the hourly rate, man.
So yeah, so you can see like all these different people that have set prices, and so you can shoot a message to them, I actually have never gone through this flow of paying someone, but so I can see I'm spending $3. I need to approve it, um, and then confirming the amount. And there we go. I have the chat, and I'm assuming Robin's going to be notified through the mini app that I messaged and then is receiving funds. And because, and I remember this from like earn.com days where I do remember like, hey, if someone's willing to pay to message me, like I do tend to check it out because I'm like, okay, they like spent a few dollars. Like, okay, what do they have to say here? So I think it's neat of just like kind of surfacing things in your inbox and having people reach you, earn some crypto, which you then can spend on other things in the ecosystem. So I really like what they built, and so that's reply by front end. Yeah, and you can just like scroll through here. I feel like there's I feel like the mini apps that do really well are like ones related to attention too. It's like you're on a social network and everyone's trying to share what they're doing or talk to each other, and so like this is just, oh, there's Jake, $5.
There I
Yeah.
am. They did run a
Bucks, yeah.
QR, so if you want me as a user, you bid on the QR. It's automatic. So like I said, I'm betting on horse races on Farcaster. I'll do any. You win a QR, I'll engage. But yeah, no, reply was really cool. I had the same first impression as you, Linda. Like knowing the history with Earn. Did you work with Earn or just Coinbase around that?
No, I worked. No, I was pre like that time, but I had been one of the biggest, not biggest, but I was a prominent user where I was like receiving a lot of ICO messages at the time.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. I didn't realize that. But yeah, like sort of being familiar with the Earn story, I immediately like, made the connection, and it's interesting to start on Farcaster because like everyone's kind of accessible relatively for now. I'm sure like not everyone can get DWR to respond or whatever, but like people are pretty accessible. But certainly as something grows, like you definitely can't get a response from anyone on Twitter or cold email or whatever. And so like whether it's Farcaster growing or reply expanding to Twitter DMs or email or some combination of all of them, like the idea, I definitely think for the same reason Earn had legs, like has legs. And it's I really like the mini app. It's like super simple. It just works and everything like that.
Yeah. Cool. I
This
think
context
that,
info is really cool too, like tagged by teams and projects.
yeah.
I wonder where that comes from. I'm gonna have to dig in.
Oh yeah. Where does that come from? Maybe manual tag or something. Um, cool. Well, I think those were it from my side. So I really appreciate Jake for you sharing what you're building and just building really cool stuff in the ecosystem. Horsefax, you want to add anything?
Yeah, where do we find you, Jake? Where besides scanning the code, where should we look at?
I'm at Jake, so thank you guys for having me. Any like social network where I can get at Jake is also, I love that. So really, really pleased to be at Jake on Farcaster. I think it's the social network of the future, sufficiently decentralized social network of the future, and
We do too.
pleasure to build upon it. Thank you guys.
Sweet. Thanks.
Sweet.
All right. See you next week, everybody.